We just tried to be solid. I think we started making shots and defending at a high level. I think we had some slippage in the first half of letting Russ get downhill and transition and get easy ones. So, just trying to step in front of the way and make it tougher than it was in the first half, with the mix of making the shots we usually make.
Curious in terms of you almost had a triple-double. Coach was joking that you probably would have had 50 assists. You guys would have made shots, but how comfortable were you tonight? And obviously the leg isn't bothering you, so how do you feel out there?
I felt great, man. Every game, I think it's gonna feel better. Just getting some runs up under me, but we have a good team that makes it easy to mesh with and get back with. So, when you have the support of all 15 guys plus the coaching staff, that gives you a lot more confidence while you're out there.
Curious with DeAndre start, how big was that him starting 5 for 5 and setting the tone early on the inside?
That's very big, man. And guarding at the level he was, they had a bunch of lineups with 5 guards out there, and him having to adjust and guard on the perimeter was big too.
But looking at just beating the Lakers, I know obviously it's always a huge game when you guys play them, but you guys are so much beyond that in terms of what you're trying to accomplish. But how big is the win?
Any win in this league is big for us. So, there's no highlight on this one, to be completely honest.
Look, Monty is always talking about the competition that they put in practices and the shoot-arounds and just the fabric of the team in that way. I'm thinking about that in the first quarter. Russ is kind of throwing bones and getting a bloody nose, and then Mikhail's trying to do a good job on him. Is the toughness component and the competitiveness component of this team, overlooked a bit, you think? Just the way you guys push through things like that?
You can overlook it if you want. I think that's more of an outsider thing. I think teams that match up against us understand that, we have a lot of competitors on this team. We like playing high intensity games. I think we went through a lot last year, having a playoff run underneath our belts, and it doesn't get more grimy than that. And we sustained through that. So just trying to find ways to build and channel that energy in the right way, because we are ultra competitors. From top to bottom, and it's contagious.
Is there a challenge to do tonight though, because it did get a little chippier?
You saying a challenge to stay composed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier when you had to lead, to stay a little bit more composed. But we know what we're gonna get, playing against this team. Like you said, it's gonna be high intensity here in LA, and we just handle business.
What sort of impact do you think JaVale's made, both the center dynamic, but also for
you? Yeah, just championship pedigree. He does all the little things that don't show up on the scoreboard also, but he's protecting our paint, he's communicating at all times, and he's punishing anybody that's smaller than him on the other end. So even when he's not blocking shots, he's affecting them in other ways. And I think a couple of times Russ went up right through his chest, and he just stayed long and stayed vertical. And I know from experience it's tough to score over him.
Working for you, started 5 for 5 tonight. What was it a point of emphasis to get you going early inside?
Just reading the pick and roll, what they were doing to our guys, Book and C, our primary ball handlers, just reading and hearing the coverages they were throwing at them. And I just was taking advantage of them by either getting a good hit, waiting for the switch, or getting some good seals or after finishing my rolls. And them guys was looking for me early, and they got us going in rhythm.
Curious he's coming out and he got it going. Were you wanting to come out? I know you and DeVille had that back and forth.
Yeah, it really don't matter. I really don't think about none of that. I just know it's his turn to handle his end of the bargain once he steps foot on the court.
How, when you win this win in totality, does it work on the Lakers, or you got on?
No.
Okay. Spread out.
No. We treat every team the same way. We respect our opponents. We just come to beat you. That's about it. We're going to play hard as we can. And, whatever coach throws at us, we try our best to execute. That's it. We just compete and play defense.
curious, the second half, holding them 38 points, what was working defensively? You feel?
Just mucking up the paint.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They try to stretch the floor a little bit, but just mucking up the paint and just being a presence on both ends, always talking, even when I wasn't around the ball. You know, just letting my opponents hear that I'm on the court, you know, just make them hesitate a little bit. And, you know, chunk up their offense, just playing off the ball a little bit and just being in everybody's way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not whether you thought before that you can guard 1 through 5
Mhm.
once again.
Yeah.
Put in that position.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that. You know, they threw a small lineup out there and coach trust me. You know, I'm telling them to like keep me out there, like, dude. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he's trusting me to be out there for both ends of the floor, punishing them on the switches and, you know, helping my guys on with switches on defensive end.
Deandre, what's it been like to have JaVale as another big man?
I already say he's the best backup I ever had. He's a phenomenal. It's like I didn't left the court. I mean, we know how it was last year with me being the only center. So, I mean, everything's sustained and we still play the same way we started. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing having JaVale.
Obviously, developed more and more each season, but in what ways has he helped foster that even more for you?
I mean, JaVale does a great job on rolling. You know, I see how he gets his points early. He runs the floor pretty well and just boarding. You know, he really gets some big possessions for us as well where, you know, I'm learning, you know, just to keep crashing because he crashes the glass relentlessly. Sometimes I leak out just to get back on defense early, but he's sometimes telling me just try to muck the game up again, another board or another possession for us.
How much the fact that it's improved the number of guys in double figures?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's where you could have had a huge night,
Mhm.
but you didn't. In terms of like have like a big 30 point.
It ain't about that.
That's what's
Yeah, it ain't about that. That's not our culture. You know, you don't know who's gonna drop 30 or who the heck gonna really score the ball as much. It's whatever the defense throw at us. And I think that's why we're such a great team. We play together and we play for each other. Simple as that.
Yeah, I wonder for all of you, is this regular season just about being as good a team as you can be for yourself, fine tuning, getting ready for the playoffs, or and partly thinking with this Christmas Day game you got coming up, like, do you want to send a message that last year wasn't a fluke? We are the best team in the NBA. This is how we feel about ourselves.
I mean, we doing that now. 18 in a row. Some people might say it ain't nothing, but we have another half of the season to go. But you know, the way we're playing, I believe this team is better than the team last year that went to the finals. To be honest with you, just the chemistry and the way the terminology, the way how we talk to each other. You know, last year we would come in there just confused, going to the huddles and timeouts, but now we're just complimenting each other and telling each other to finish off this game strong, put them away. You know, it's a whole different vibe and a whole different energy. Everybody has a certain intensity where, you know, everybody holding up the end of the bargain.
How do you explain, and I don't want to jinx y'all, you can knock on wood if you need to, but you got the whole league going through so much, and whether it's COVID, which you guys have done a nice job of staying safe and not getting impacted that much. You know, you have a situation with the story with your owner, you got all these things that could take the focus off the court, and then to be playing like you are, how does that hit you?
I mean, my back been against the wall a lot since college. You know, I've been through a lot of BS. Just putting my head down and I just keep working. You know, the results will come. You know, I'm human, and you know, I want to prove the world wrong in any way possible. But you know, having a great organization with the coaches and my teammates, you know, I just stay on task. You know, it's hard to look on the outside, listen to the noise when you have such great guys. You know, just helping you block all that negative energy out of there. You know, and you know, we're just playing to win. All we talk about is winning. We don't got nothing else to say when we're in the gym or outside the gym. We're just talking about winning and how we can get better.
Just to follow that up, to be able to have these games where you're closing them out now stronger.
Yeah.
You know, you're not allowing teams to get back in the game. How big is that?
That's maturity. You know, us just keeping our foot on the freaking gas pedal when we ain't even got no more gas, man. That's a lot of growth and maturity that we built from last year, because last year we used to play with our food a lot, especially teams that was under 500. You know, it was a weird ratio on beating teams over 500 and losing to the teams below 500. And that kind of made us, you know, just rubbed us wrong the wrong way. And, you know, just coming in, starting from a jump, just putting it on teams and, you know, making sure they don't come back in the game.
Is that I guess that feeling is that a confident feeling where it's like, what if we just do what we do?
I think I ain't no confident. I just think we already done it. We already did this, but we already ran through the league before. So it's just us sustained and solid. Us just being solid. Solid is gonna win today. That's about it. Just us being a solid team and just emphasizing that togetherness. That's what's keeping us going. We play together. We play for each other.
Hey, Deandre, given what Chris means as a leader of the group and, his former role with the union.
Who, Chris?
Yeah, what role has he played with helping?
Man, y'all know what
navigate
role
through
that
the
man played.
Pandemic.
That man does a lot. He tries to just give us information to where it's like, just to know what's ahead. You know what I mean? Just leading the best way he can, always talking to us and just hearing from everybody's perspective. Letting people have the floor themselves and how they feel about certain things the league is throwing at us, and just finding a way to get information for us to just make sure we focus on basketball and not the other things. We all trust the league, and we just gotta make sure we just keep this thing going.
To that point, Monty mentioned that Chris addressed the team last week. What was the message, and is that the kind of thing that does impact the way you guys move?
I mean, it's just mainly like just preparing what the league got for us coming, whatever decision they make. Don't be blown away by it. It's the decision they have to make, and just finish playing until they say stop. Basically, nothing changing. We still coming in, working out. We're just not doing all the extra curriculum. Just going out and stuff like that. Just staying in and just making sure we follow protocol to keep our team going and winning.
Just staying solid. That was kind of coach's theme for the day, staying solid. Not letting the emotions of the game overtake and just playing how we play, doing what we do. At the end of the day, it's a good team with a lot of Hall of Famers. So you got to bring it when you play them every time. And you know how these games get between these two teams. They're emotional. So you got to have that, as coach would say, emotional stamina.
Believe me, it did get tested. What maybe he slipped it, or was it something he said at halftime to get you guys to get out of that?
A little bit. We also just missed shots in the first half. We make an average pace of our shots, and it's a solid half. Defensively, it wasn't a bad half either. So we just knew staying the course would be all right.
Coach was saying that he spoke to you have like, look, don't pass up shots.
Yeah.
Keep shooting. We've had this conversation already, but do you need that reminder?
In a sense. Sometimes you catch yourself out there feeling like, man, I want to do something else, like get to the basket, get to a midi, create a little bit. And so it's always good to have that voice saying, do what you do. And not saying that I don't do the other things, but don't pass them up when they're open. And it's really appreciated, man. And you can see the difference it makes in a player. But just even hearing that after missing a couple in a row, knowing that the coaches and the guys have confidence in you, it kind of contributes to your confidence in yourself naturally.
Can you guys continue to show who you are? We saw that last season. We see it now. I do wonder, you mentioned the Lakers and the Hall of Famers. Just in general, what do you make of their group? Obviously, down AD, they've had some COVID stuff, but we've got about 30 games under our belt here. What do you make of that squad?
I'm not going to comment too heavily on anybody else's business. Obviously, I'm not in that locker room. I'm not on that practice court. I can't tell you everything that's going on, but it's tough when you got guys in and out, COVID protocols, injuries, and that's all it is. Anytime a basketball team is faced with that kind of inconsistency in lineups, just with naturally guys being out in some sort of way, it makes it very hard. We saw that last week when we had guys in and out. It definitely makes the games a little harder. And that's why health is such a big key to playing in this league, to playoff runs. We've seen it last year in the playoffs, and it's just something that's so huge, can't be passed up, especially now, with protocols and all that. So obviously you don't want to see other teams get sick. You don't want to see other teams get injured, but you can only play against who they put out there.
Sure. On that note, in light of the pandemic, Mike was saying that Chris at some point during before film session gave like a short statement. What was kind of the overall message?
The overall message is that it is a tough situation, and there is no correct answer. Right now, we seem to be kind of pushing through. I don't know what the future holds. Nobody knows what the future holds. And that was kind of the the overarching theme of that talk. And it's, simply that.
Just looking at in terms of overcoming stuff, like you mentioned, you guys had these injuries and stuff. So how were you guys able to battle through that and still win games despite Booker being out, despite Ayton being out?
I think a big part of it comes down to our team culture, how guys step into situations and we remain ourselves. I think that's the biggest key. You can see our identity when we play on the court, when we have everybody, and everybody pitches in to try their best to keep that same exact identity when we don't have everybody. And it's a group of guys that likes playing together, and we play for each other. We play for our program. We have pride in it. We enjoy it. And it's so evident every day in practice. Every day we take the floor. It's really hard to find a group of guys that you have as much fun playing with as the guys that we have. And I think everybody understands that. And I think everybody truly appreciates that.